Excuse me. That's one way to start. Hello, hello. It's June Olson with Junebug Creations, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator coming to you live from Kalispell, Montana. And today is Tuesday, so we're doing our Kit Together Tuesday. And I decided to jump on the bandwagon this week of Christmas in July. So I have the Christmas kits out from last year's edition. We don't have any new ones yet. I'm sure they are coming. But we still have these, so you could still get a jump start on your Christmas cards. So I'm going to show you some that have already been made and some we will do together, and then one I'm going to do an alternate with, so that you have some variety in case you really like one of them, but you're like, I don't know if I want that many of those. So I'm going to show you a quick little alternate to go with that. And then on Thursday, I'm starting a new live called Junebug's Creative Crush. And I'm going to go ahead and use a Christmas set to show you what I'm crushing on this week from Stampin' Up's selection of products. So make sure you join me Thursday night at 7:13. I will put posts up to remind you. This is a new live that I'm starting this week. I had done a later in the evening live last Thursday, and I called it my Thunderstruck Thursday, but this time I've changed the name and made it something more that fits what we're doing. So come join me on Thursday at 7:13 Mountain Time p.m. for Junebug's Creative Crush and see what I'm crushing on this week from Stampin' Up. So today though, we've got our kits. So let's go ahead and check out what's in the boxes. All right, so as you know, our kit collection are kits that are all inclusive. So everything comes in the box that you need to make the projects as designed. All you need is a pair of scissors. Sometimes you don't even need scissors. It just depends on what's in the box. So to start with, I have the Road to Christmas kit. This one came out last fall, and it was so popular. It was out like that. So when you see a kit that you know is going to be super popular, you need to just jump on it right away because they are super fun. So these are 8 cards, 4 of each design with wonderful matching and coordinating envelopes. And it turns out I'd already done all the cards in the box because I loved them that much. So this year, these will get mailed out because last year I was using them. So there's 4 of each of these. Joyful Christmas Wishes. They're popped up on dimensionals, and then you have these beautiful card or envelopes where that goes inside. You could of course do alternates and use the envelopes if you want. And then the other one is Sending Loads of Christmas Cheer. And we have our wonderful dog here, some presents, and our tree in the back. And of course, there are 4 of those as well. So this was a non-stamping kit. And it has 8 cards. All right, it is not was. It came out last year, but it is still current. It is still in the store. So it is a non-stamping kit, 8 cards. And those wonderful red trucks that everyone just goes crazy about. All right, so then I'm going to show you this one, and we're going to go ahead because for some reason I didn't have one, so I'll set this one aside. I didn't have these cards already made, so I thought, well, let's go ahead and make them. So this is the Calm and Bright kit. It is a stamping kit, as you can see. And it comes in the different languages. It comes then, of course, with a block for your stamps because it's all inclusive. And it comes with a Lost Lagoon Stampin' Spot, but I'm going to bring in my newly re-inked spot. And then there are 3 cards, 3 of each design. So this one will have 9 cards. What I already did is I already put all the ingredients for each card into the envelope so that I wouldn't take up so much of your time today. We have our cute little embellishments. We'll keep those out. We'll keep the adhesives. We have our string, and then I'm going to go ahead and pull these 3 envelopes. Now this is linen type paper. You can see it's kind of textured and it's thicker and it kind of has a silky smoothness to it. So these are really very elegant cards in my book is what I'm calling them. Very elegant cards. So let's start with card 1. We're going to, here we go, make sure I get everything out. Here is our card base, also very linen-like. I don't know if you can see the texture on it, so you don't really need to emboss these because they're already textured card bases. Cat hair, Benji's hair. It just is everywhere. Oh my goodness. I think I need to get a cat brush and brush her. I think she's just one of those cats we're going to have to brush. So we're going to take this and we're going to stamp some of these stars, top and bottom, and then we're going to stamp our sentiment from our house to yours. There we go. From our house to yours. There we go. From our house to yours, and we want these stars and this bigger star. Whoop. Here we go. So we're going to go ahead and take this here, and then I'm going to put this one over here. So I like to use both sides of my block when I can see through. All right, so this one we're going to, let's go ahead and do the twine first. I think last time I stamped first, but we're going to go ahead and do the white linen thread across here. And I'm just going to take a small piece of tear and tape to stick it down in the back. You could also use a glue dot. It comes with glue dots. But I'm going to use a piece of tear and tape just for myself. Oh, forgot my little bin. I started collecting or not. So I'm going to do that. And we've got 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. We're going to take those scissors that I told you you needed. And just push that into there. All right. Now what I like to do also, where's my take your pick tool? So I like to kind of just roll this up a little bit and kind of grab, if I can. This one's not working as well. You can do that with the dot too. Just kind of grab it more. All right. So we have that. We need our, there we go. We need our chipboard out of the box. And we're going to stamp our stars. Or I guess those are, no, they are dots and stars. And we're going to do that right there. Let me look, is it just once? Yep, and then on the bottom part, we're doing it a couple times. All right, and then the big star, we're doing one time right there. All right, so my ink pads are really juicy now, like really, really juicy, because I spent some time last week juicing them up. So no more faded ink. Oh, and we need to do this one. Oh, I got the wrong sentiment piece on this one. How'd that happen? All right, we'll just grab another sentiment piece out of here and we'll figure out where that was later. I put it obviously in the wrong one. Oh. No, that's not. Maybe it didn't come out of the envelope. No. Let's see. There we go. Maybe I forgot to get this one. There we go. Or I put it in the wrong envelope. That's a good possibility. All right, so here we go. we're going to do the From Our House to Yours. And we're going to do the Merry Christmas. And I'm going to pick that up and do it across this way. Merry Christmas. Right there. And then we have one more little teeny bit of stamping. We're going to do another star. Oh, a different star. Here we go. The star in the circle. Teeny tiny star in a circle. Are we doing this one? Let me see. Does this fit? Nope, that's too big. So it's this one. All right. So actually going to need a different corner of one. There we go. Let's see. There we go. Looks like a little lantern or a little tag. All right. Now we got everything stamped. Let's go ahead and put the dimensionals. So the dimensionals are your hexagons. All right. And the, let's see, let's zoom in a little bit. The hexagons are the dimensionals and the gray dots are the glue dots. So we're going to move all this off of here. We're going to turn this over like that. Turn this over like that. We're going to turn this over. And then we have the house. We're going to turn that over. There we go. We have, all right, so where are my glue dots? Where are my dimensionals? Glue dots, let's turn these shiny things over. We have glue dots on these. So wherever you have a dark dot, that's a glue dot. And we have them on here. All right. This is cool. So when do you start making your Christmas cards? Are you an early bird, like Christmas in July? Is that your big motivator to get started? Or do you wait until the last minute? Like I have in the past. Although when I used to make cards before I became a demonstrator and I was making my own cards, I usually started about October, I guess. My son used to play chess, and so I would design a prototype and I would take everything to the chess tournaments with my table and my camp chair and my cooler. And I would sit and make the cards, and all the other parents in our friend group would sit around wherever I found a place for my table. It was really quite fun. It was kind of funny that they were all, it was mostly dads. I was often the only mom. And, but we would all sit in the same area and they would just watch me make my cards, and we'd just be talking and having a blast. All right, here we go. All right, so I started them early enough to where I wasn't rushed. Now, I don't know, I don't even have my son at home anymore, and sometimes I feel like I'm busier than I was when he was home all the time. So here we go. And on the house, One goes right there. All right. Now we're going to put it all, oh, there's some that goes on the back of here too. I'm going to use my larger ones, or actually we'll just use these. Make sure you don't throw this away. You hang on to these edges because you can totally use them for putting your cards on. All right. So you want to make sure you can get some here and here, over here. Let's see. Do another one. This is a pretty big piece and it's going to have a lot on it. So I like to make sure that I'm not sagging. That's not sagging. So if I'm putting a lot on the front of it, I will typically put plenty of Christmas. And the From Our House to Yours, I don't know if I did that high enough. That was supposed to go a little bit higher. We'll see. From Our House to Yours. Yeah, it's still, oh, that's crooked. It still works though. From Our House to Yours. And then this is going to slide up under here like this. Oh, apparently not that high. All right, like this. And then it's going to go right here. All right, and then our little house is going to go on top like that. And this one is going to go over here like that with these going underneath. Like that. And hold on. Keeps wanting to stick. It's catching on something here. All right, and then I'm going to do this. Oh, forgot my little bow. Here we go. Little bow tied through there because it is like a little tag. So we're going to tie our bow. Let's see if I can do a nice, quick, little, easy bow today. All right, so this is the Calm and Bright kit. Are you more of a traditional color, Christmas color person, or are you more of a new colors? Like this has the light pink and the Lost Lagoon. Are you more into the traditional green, red, blue, yellow, or do you like brighter colors? Maybe you like more of the Granny Apple and Poppy Parade kind of colors. Let's see. All right, I got a bow. I'm just gonna pull it to make it a little bit smaller and trim off the edges because it's not supposed to be a ginormous bow, right? Yeah. But you have to make it long enough to be able to tie it, right? Because if it's too short to tie, then that makes it very challenging, especially if you have bigger thumbs or something. All right, there we go. And then we'll take off all of these and put it on the front of the card. And then we got to put our gems on. They had already put the gems on, so I'm going a little bit out of order, but that's okay. It all works out. It'll all show up. All right, so we have our wonderful card front here. So this is a lot of white for me, but I do like it because it definitely makes it look so elegant. It's beautiful. So we're going to do 3 of the little pink ones, the light pink ones. So, whoops. Let's see if I can get that piece out of here without pulling off. Okay, I'm just going to pull it open like this because it did not want to slide out of there. It was sticky. All right, and then we'll do another one right there. Another one right there. So those are our 3 little berries. All right, so there we go. Beautiful. Love it. All right, so that is card number 1. And of course, you have plenty of room to write inside, and you could, there is, you know, a little house, a tree, so you could do a little scene on the inside of the card as well. Let's go on to number 2. These have lots of little parts, which is kind of fun. It's a little different, right? All right, so we need to do some stamping first. All right, so this card opens this way. And we're going to do the twine again, except we're going to be tying a bow in front. Although it doesn't have to be a bow, it's just going to be a knot because it's going to get covered. So you're doing it across this part. So you don't want to put the tape in there like I did on the last one. So you're going to have this 1, 2, 3, and then tie it in the knot. Because I forgot to put my phone on silent. All right. Ooh, I got that short. Let's see if we can do it. There we go. I got it. I got it. All right. So doing that, I'm going to cut this shorter. There we go. There we go. All right, so we want to pull those. Okay, so now we're going to do that larger stamp. All right, let me put that on silent because I think that's my son. I can hear my husband's car, one going off as well. All right, so here we go. We're going to do, let's see, we need this one. All right, let's get our stamp cleaner so we can get some of these that have already been used, not getting reused, out of the way. So we have some stamps or some blocks to use. All right, so that one. Okay, so we're doing the Sending Joy. There we go, sending joy. And then I need this snowflake. And I needed this one, but not this one. I needed this one, but not this one. All right, let's try this again. So we're stamping on here. Stamping on here. And we're stamping on here. And we're stamping on here. And we're stamping on here. All right, so I need to turn this way. That'll be able to use up all the space then. All right, here's our ink. Let's see. We're going to do this circle one. There we go. On here. There we go. And then we're doing these snowflakes, our stars and dots over here and over here. All right. Then we're doing our sending joy, which is always such a wonderful thing. Right there. And we're doing our little snowflakes in here. Oops, that one was off center. That one was off center the other way. That's okay. No one's going to be paying that close attention to it. So we got everything stamped. We can close up our ink. Now we need to put all the dimensionals and everything on it. So this is going to get dimensionals. This is going to get dimensionals. Let's see. What else is going to get dimensionals? This is going to get dimensionals. So I'm putting all the things with dimensionals on this side and the dots on this side. So this is getting a dimensional on the front. And this is getting dimensionals on the back, or no, dots, dots, glue dots, glue dots, glue dots, glue dots. All right, I have some going the wrong way, not going to stress about it. And this gets a dimensional as well as a bow. Is that a bow? Yep, it's a bow. All right, so cut that again. I'm going to go ahead and do the bow first. Here we go. All right, so if you're catching this on the replay, go ahead and put replay in there. And then let me know, when do you start making your Christmas cards? There we go. I was doing, and I keep wanting to go back to it, I was doing that 25th of the month Christmas card. I started that last year, and then life happened, and I didn't get to complete that. My friend Missy said that that's what she does, the 25th of each month, and I thought that would be a fun live. So we were doing that for a while, but then it kind of filtered out because of life just getting in the way. So maybe next year I'll get back to that. Things seem to be calming down, and I'm going to knock on wood because I don't want to jinx myself. All right, here we go. Let's do some dimensionals. Here we go. So we're going to, dimensionals are going on there. and then on here, on here, and on here. And then this is going here like this. And the dimensionals are being used to kind of hold it on. Like that. Okay. And then dimensionals will go on here, and I'm going to snip these into larger pieces. All right, so like that. All right, so this is going to get built on here. So we're going to take off these pieces, these backings, and this will go in the middle up here. And yes, that is kind of hanging down, and that's okay. All right, and then we need our glue dots. So our glue dots are going to go one on the front here, and then 3 on the back here. Whew, those are kind of big. All right, and then we have 1 there, 1 here, and then we have 1 here and 1 here. All right, so now we're going to pop off those backings. Well, I say pop, but they don't seem to pop for me like they do for a friend of mine. I've said that before. She just can make those babies just pop right off, and I just, whoop, there, that one popped. Then you don't know where they're going. Let's see, there we go. Just trying to get the take your pick tool under it. I think that's the easiest way to do it. There we go. All right, now let's build this. Okay, so we have first these going in this direction. All right, like this. Then we have these, and one was supposed to be going down and the other one going down, but they're not because I must have grabbed the wrong one. I thought I grabbed the opposites, but apparently I didn't, but that's okay. No one's going to know but you and me. Then this one goes on top of here, like that. How cute. But it doesn't say. See, that didn't quite happen. I don't know. They had us put it in the front side, but it didn't really need it on the front side. I wonder if I discovered that the last time too. I kept looking at it thinking that didn't look quite right. Let's get that cat hair off of there. All right, and then we're going to take the 3 little gems, because that's our cute pink poinsettia. There we go. And then all of this will go onto here we go, onto our card front, like that. Hello, Benji, as she walks across my screen, because yeah, I don't have any doors in this room, on this room. All right. And I'm actually, because it's got a dimensional on the back of it, I'm actually going to put it right here. There we go. Elegant, right? Super elegant. Really loving these. I think these are really pretty. I'm sure I said that last year too. They're just really lovely cards. They're so elegant. I don't design mine quite like this. I'm more about all the color. So it's a nice change. I guess I just totally forgot that green one from the first card. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to fold this again. Our card base, this beautiful linen. It's thick. It's got this interesting soft feel to it. All right, this card is going this way. So, all right, is there stamping on here? Yes, there's stamping on here. And then, is there any other stamping? Yes. Oh, there's supposed to be another ornament. I did not do a good job of gathering the supplies, apparently. So they're stamping on there. And then they're stamping on here. And that looks like it's it. So all is calm and bright, which is perfect with the beautiful deer. Let's see, we're gonna do the snowflake, which we already have. All right, so snowflake, here we go. Snowflake. And there we go. And then we'll do our all is calm and bright. And that's a little bit more to the left. There we go. Oh, and then here we go, our stars. And we're kind of doing, it looks like, let's see. I'm going to do one more over here because what I have found is sometimes I don't put everything in the right place. So sometimes it doesn't show because I stamped it in a different place than maybe they stamped it. I mean, you can go by where they have it, but I'm just adding some extra because I'd rather have some extra. All right, so then I'm going to, before I put this on dimensionals, we're going to decorate the front of it and then put it on dimensionals. I find that much easier. They have it on dimensionals before doing it. All right, so this has dimensionals. This has a dimensional, oh, and another bow. So here we go with our little bow. If you don't like tying bows, then tie a knot. All right. Or you can go without the bow. It's totally up to you. You don't have to have the bow. All right, here we go. So after this, we have one more kit, and that's where we're going to do an alternate. Can you guess what kit I'm going to show you next? Can you guess the kit? If so, put it in the comments. Let me know. Even if you're watching this on a replay, you can still put it in the comments. Guess which kit. Because unless you check it out, you won't know. All right, so there's a bow that's going to have dimensionals. And then the pink trees will have dimensionals. The white trees will have dots. And the light, I think their pool party will have dots. And that will have a glue dot. And these will have a glue dot. So you can tell that it's which side is which because the laser cut side, see I did that wrong. The laser cut side has the dark brown around it. So you want to flip it over. Oh yeah, nope, that's the right way. You want to make sure on the white ones, you want to make sure to see the brown on the back. So we're going to go with these first. Glue dots. Good thing they gave us so many because we're using a lot of glue dots for this kit. They've switched to doing more and more tear and tape in kits, which I absolutely love because sometimes the glue dots are a little tedious. I probably should be and could be using my green glue. I have it right here. I had fully intended to do that. And then just got into following the directions on the kit. So that's how that turned out. This is going to have a glue dot in the middle and then dimensionals on the end. All right, so let's go ahead and put our dimensionals on everything. Gotta love dimensionals. All right. And I'm putting a little bit more than they call for because I don't like mine to be wobbly. And I find with these mini dimensionals, sometimes things are wobbly. So I'm putting on a few more dimensionals than they're calling for. There we go. Taking off those dimensional pieces, picking them up with my thumb or my pinky finger got in the way. All right, now let's get all these glue dots. See, yeah, I should have been using glue. My apologies. Oh, I needed another glue dot on my deer. So this would have been a lot faster if I was using the green glue. So note to self, use my green glue. And note to you, get some green glue. It's a lot faster than glue dots by far. Absolutely. So, but I've done all 3 cards with the glue dots and I had fully intended to use the green glue so that this wouldn't take so long. So glue dots, but see, they can't put green glue in everything. So that's where you just need to get it on the side for yourself. Take your pick tool would be another thing you'd want to have on the side for yourself. Not required by far, but definitely a huge help, as you can see, with everything. All right, let's build this card front. If things would just stop sticking to me. All right, so we're going from the back to the front. We're starting with these white shimmery ones. See, look at that. And that's going over here. And then there's another white shimmery one over here. And then we have our light colored one over here. And you want to bring it down a little bit because that makes it look like it's in towards the front. Oh, I flip-flopped those, but that's okay. And then I'm going to put my center one here. And then I'm going to have to flip-flop my pinks because I did the white one, or because I accidentally flip-flopped my green ones, I got to flip-flop my pink ones. So I'd have the dark color, oh, and I didn't, thinking that was the lighter one. There we go. Oh, I gotta redo that. Came off. All right, let's try this. There we go. Whoop. Okay, let's just scrape that one off. Put a new one. Is this still sticky? That's still sticky. Put a new one on and put it over here. There we go. That tree is still a little wonky. There we go. All right, and then we're going to build this. All right, it's going to go this way. Our deer is going right here on this side. She's falling. There we go, like that. And then it's going to go right across here. Then this is going to go under. Here we go. Under here. Let's see. Come on. There we go, like that. And it's okay if it leans off because remember this is going on a larger card. So it's okay if it comes off a little bit. And this is going over here. And then this, oh, those need to be a little wider. There we go. That is going to go right there. And then we're going to put dimensionals on this. We're going to go ahead and use our edges from here. Like I said, we use everything, right? We don't throw the edges away. We use it all. You've paid for it all. Use it all. And if you make them chunkier, then you don't have to use as many. All right, and then we have our linen card front. And like that. How pretty. So again, Calm and Bright is the name of this kit, and it produces 9 cards, 3 each, of 3 designs. Very, very elegant. Let me zoom that out for you. All right, very elegant cards. You can also mix and match and change it up any way you want. I went ahead and made the cards as designed this time around because I didn't have any of the cards as designed. I must have used them last year. All right, so that's that kit. The third kit and our fun alternate is from the Nutcracker Tags kit. So we have 4 tags. We have a little red-headed girl Nutcracker. And then it's got this on the back. So these are the tags you can put your to and from on the back. I'm going to be using these for sure this year on our Christmas presents because I love nutcrackers. I used to dance the Nutcracker Ballet for 8 years in a row. That's why I collected when I asked, I think it was last night's question, was did you collect anything as a child? I collected, and I'm starting a collection of nutcrackers for Christmas because I love them. But I danced the Nutcracker Ballet, so I had things with roses and pianos and flutes and ballet slippers on them. I still have a whole rainbow of ballet slipper poster that I thought about putting in here, but there's no place for it in here, so I'm not sure where it's going to go. I hate to get rid of it. So then I came up with a card that you can do, and I've already pulled out what I need from this kit for that. So I wanted to show you, this was one. This is that new, what is it? Swirls of Magic embossing folder. And I'll show you how I made it look white on there. And then I cut down that tag and put it on here, use some of the black thread or linen thread, and then I made the rest of the tag in here and used the stamp set from our last card kit. So let's go ahead and make another one so I can show you how to do this fun technique. So we're going to set those aside. So this time I have the card opening this way. And this is the embossing folder. Can you see that? So pretty. Now, what we're going to do to make it stand out even more is we're going to take our Whisper White pigment ink and we're going to swipe it. Let me get some scratch paper. We're going to swipe it along the raised embossing folder. Emboss. All right, so we're just gonna do that. All right, you've seen this. This is not a new technique. You've seen this with the sunflower embossing folder. A lot of people have been doing it with that. And oh, that star there doesn't seem to want to go. All right, I got a little bit more on the debossed part of it than I wanted, but it just adds to the whole charm of the card. You can see on this one, I got a little bit extra over here and down here, but it's okay. It still looks great. All right, like that. We're going to set this aside for a minute and let it dry. Or not set aside, but we're going to work with it. And then what we're going to do is put our little dimensionals on here, on his beard and his hat, like that, because that has the little extra oomph to it. And I'm actually going to put 2 on his beard so that it's not super wobbly. Right, and then I've got 3 on his hat. It has gold on it, so that's why we want to make sure to use that part. All right, so we've got this like that. And then we've got his great, fabulous beard with his mustache. Looks kind of like my husband, except my husband is more white. So he looks fantastic. Then we're going to be using dimensionals on the back of him to put him on the card. So we'll go ahead and put those on while we're letting that ink dry. That is pigment ink, so it takes a little longer before you can truly touch and play with it. All right. And then we're going to put some dimensionals on the side over here. I think that's all we need for that one. And then this is going to go down across here. So on this one, I have it next to him here. This one I decided to have him stand on it, and we're going to put it over here. So we're going to be trimming off. Here's my trimmer. Trimmer gives me a straighter edge. We're going to be trimming off about that much, like that. And then we're going to banner cut this end. All right, actually I'm going to banner cut that end to get rid of, nope, we're going to do it this way. Now I find it difficult to see that, so I turn it over because it's easier to see on the white side. So just cut up the middle a little bit and then cut from the edges from the corner over, and then you have yourself a nice little banner. You just don't have the gold on it, but that's okay because it's for the inside of the card. And we're going to go ahead and put that then. And we're going to put it over on this side. And we're going to put our holly. That's what it is. Now with the holly, I also brought over my Stampin' Up! White gel pen. These are new. They come in a set of 2 and they are fabulous. So actually we're going to glue it down, and then that's what I learned last night. And look, I have my glue and it's even brand new. I see, I had it ready for those other cards and totally spaced it. So we're going to put a little bit of, whoo, it comes out. We're going to put a little bit of glue here, like this. Oops. That really has wiggle room when you get a lot on it. And then because this is the inside of the card, we're going to just put a little glue like that. And then we're going, whoop. Wow. See, I'm not used to a new glue. So now we're going to use our gel pen to just give this a little bit more dimension. All right, so we're just going to do that. And it just kind of makes it come alive. I love that about it. You can see on this one, I did the same thing on here, and they already had it on the Nutcracker, which is what gave me the idea to use it. And then here I did it on the lines of my banner, and that just added to it. I'm not going to do that for this one. Then this will go on the inside. Oop, let's stamp it. All right, I brought over my Poppy Parade. And we have our Merry Christmas, and it doesn't quite fit here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just ink up the Merry. and stamp it. And then I need to clean the Mary, because you want to make sure it's not going to stick. So check that. And then ink up just the Christmas and put that under there. Oh, shoot. All right, let's see if I can line this up. Oh, almost. I'm going to leave it though, because if I try it again, it's not going to work. That's okay. I'm okay with that. I can always go back in with a pen and fix that. I still have the markers, or I can put something over it. But for now, we're just going to leave it, because sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. So we're going to put this on the inside of the card like that. There we go. All right. So let's see. Now it still gets some white on me, but because it's a live, we're just going to go ahead and stick things down. So on here, this is going to go over here, and I'm going to put it, glue it down. But first I wanted to run, or not run, but put some of this. I wanted to put some tear and tape on the back so that I can wrap this around it to kind of just give it that little extra oomph. Oh, not long enough. All right, so we will cut it off on back. Right, like that. Just have it cross over like that. And then we're going to put some glue on it. I don't want to have too much glue because I don't want it to goosh out like on some of those others, but it is inked and it is embossed. There we go. All right. Oop. All right, let's see. Here we go. All right, just holding it down so that it takes. Then we're going to put our cute little nutcracker on there and our sentiment, and then it's done. So if you don't need 9 tags, let's see, 4 tags. I think this was 12 tags actually. Yeah, 12 tags. If you don't need 12 nutcracker tags, then you can easily turn them into cards. So that's what I wanted to show you, because there's 12 tags. Maybe you do have 12 gifts or more that you need and you want to use all these tags. There we go for that. Actually, I should probably just put a dab of glue. So just putting a dab of glue under there. There we go. All right, believe in the magic of Christmas. All right, there you go. And I love how that just kind of makes it look Christmassy and white with that swirl and then the white on it. So here is your other option that you can do. 2 different options for using, whoops, 2 different options for using the nutcrackers to make cards if you don't want 12 nutcracker tags. All right, so I